I am a firm believer that love is a beautiful thing. But before you experience it, you need to understand it. And if you feel this romantic pressure, the pressure to be loved, desired, it is completely normal. But even at that feeling, we are going to make the right choice. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of She's Growing. In case you don't know and you're just coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Okoli Esther and I'm the host of She is Growing. In this space, we learn and talk about everything that concerns teenagehood. I talked about how there's not much information regarding how teenage people should navigate life. If you go on the internet, you see a lot of video that talked about how to navigate life as a 20-year-old, early 20s, early 20s, early 20s. And everyone is almost forgetting that before you actually get to the early 20s of your life, you'd have to experience the pre 20s. That's the like late part of teens, 16, 17, 18, 19, before you become 20. So everything we talk about on this channel is to deal with the whole teenage issue. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, you name it. And if that is something that you're interested in, you don't want to miss out on this channel, do well to subscribe. And of course, share to your family, your sisters, your daughters, as long as you know they benefit from this video. With that being said, let's go into the video of today. So I have about 9 points to share in this video. Let's just say today is going to be the identification point. It's just like identifying most of the struggles that we go through. Sorry if I say we, but of course you understand what I'm saying. Most of the problems we go through as teenagers, and I have 9 of them highlighted for you. You see me looking down because I have highlighted on my laptop ways at which this video should flow. The first one on my list is identity pressure. Most of us, and I'm going to break it to you that it's not just the teenagers, even young adults face that problem. But it's very common because at this point in time, you are trying to understand yourself. You're trying to navigate life while being yourself because at this age, there's a lot of pressure that comes from family, friends, colleagues, classmates, the expectations from academics, spirituality, and our own personal self. So, most of the times, with all of these pressures in the background, we tend to experience a whole lot of identity crisis, and that is normal. So, if you're watching this video and you can identify with this problem, I want you to know that it is completely normal, and that is why this space exists for you and for me. The next on my list is the comparison trap. Gosh, this is one of the biggest. And yes, it's not just the teenagers that go through it, even young adults do go through it as well. And comparison is something you struggle with, I bet, for the rest of your life. But you need to stand out and you need to be an intentional person to overcome that. I would call it temptation to compare yourself to other people. Because, like they always say, comparison is the thief of joy. It is going to steal your happiness away. So please, you don't want to be there. The next on my list is hormonal issues. Most of us don't know this. Most of us, we rarely pay attention to this, but this is a thing. It is at this stage of our life where we begin to experience our hormones manifest in us because 16, 17, I'm sure people even see their period or people begin to experience body changes as early as 13, 14, 15. But since we're in the teenage space, our hormones has a great influence in our life, especially we ladies. Our hormones have great influence in us, and most of us don't realize it yet, but it is true. And that is why this channel exists because you are to know, you are to learn, and you are to understand your own self. To confirm what I'm saying, these are the questions you are likely to ask yourself. Why do I feel everything so much? Why am I overthinking? My emotions are controlling me. If you find yourself asking yourself this question, or you sometimes you feel like you overreact, you over exaggerate, that can be as a result of our hormones influencing our character. And this is not like an excuse to bad behaviors, bad characters, but I'm just here to let you know that our hormones has great influence in us. So the next one on my list is friendships and loneliness. This is one thing everyone struggles with, not teenagers only, but as teenagers, you would find this as a very big problem because you probably don't know how life operates. We all want to have a friend. We all want to have someone we can rely on, someone we call our best friend, someone that feels like a family even when they are not. It's a common feeling. But most of the times the whole friendship space doesn't really go as well. And as teenagers, you're likely to experience misunderstanding because one thing you should know is that everyone grew up from different backgrounds, different families. So you guys would have different narratives and perspective to life. You guys would react differently to different things, and that is a thing everyone should understand. But because you're still teenagers, you are likely not to understand how all these things work. So most of the times you are comparing yourself, you are searching for friendship that you believe would complete you. You constantly, or sometimes you even experience betrayal from people you call friends. The list goes on and on in the whole friendship space. And I know it is a problem that we teenagers experience. And like I would always say, it's not just you, it is very common. So the next one on my list is the current pressure from parents, families, the societies, and most importantly, social media for times like this. We are in a time and era where social media is becoming like the go to. And that is why videos like this exist, so that when you come online to search for validation and trying to understand yourself, you get to see videos like this that would help you out genuinely. So these pressures from our parents that come from society, you go online on social media and you see people, you see teenagers like you looking like they have everything all figured out. They have a lot of money, they have their dream cars, they are maybe children of celebrities, rich people, or children from very rich home, and you get intimidated, you get pressured to work hard, to make so much money that you change your family's story. The pressure that comes from parents hits differently. The pressure that comes from society hits differently. Everyone is telling you to have life all figured out as young as you are. It pressures you, and you believe that you need to have everything figured out at this age. You should know what you want to be at this age. You should have your dream job at this age. The pressures come from different angles based off of different people's background and history. But I want you to know that that is also normal, but it becomes abnormal when you allow that to define who you are or define your life in general. The next one is academic and career pressure. This one just highlights more of academic and career pressure. As a young teenager, you want to make your family proud, you want to make your parents proud with your grades, with your results, which are very, very amazing things. And most of the times, these pressures make us lose ourselves. These pressures get so tough on us that we don't even know what to do. We don't know the decisions to make. And that is why space like this exists. And it's completely normal that you feel that way. I felt that way. And I know thousands of teenagers feel that way. So you're not alone. The next one on my list is the faith and morality confusion. If you are a Christian, I'm so sorry that I'm referencing this down to the Christianity, but I know that there are also other amazing religions. But because I'm a Christian, I would always reference my religional aspect to Christianity. So for Christians, the faith and morality confusion goes on, and even up to date, as I talk to you today, it's still something that everyone is trying to navigate and understand. But as teenagers, where you're like very fresh, very new into this space, we would also talk about so many moralities. That is good and that is bad as long as you're a Christian. And if you feel confused about all of these things, faith, the Christ you serve, this is going to be a very good space for all of us to talk about all of the confusion that we deal with. And like I would always say, I'm sorry I'm stuttering again. But like I would always say, it is completely normal that you feel that way. Then let's go on to the next point, which is body image plus beauty pressure. Oh my gosh. The beauty, the body pressure, it is crazy. It is so much majorly on the girls. That is why you would see videos of so many people. I'll not just say on the girls actually. Both boys and girls actually experience this pressure, but I believe it's more on the girls because of how people tend to validate women based off of their beauty, based off of their body, and that can take the negative side of trying to impress people. Now, the last one on my list is the romantic pressure. Oh my gosh. The fact that we are now exposed to the internet gives us the leverage to witness love in different households, in different people. And we see that love is actually a beautiful thing and it is something that you and I would desire. But I'll tell you that if you are not ready for it, you can be misled and it could ruin your life. But I don't want you to lean onto the negative aspect of it because I am a firm believer that love is a beautiful thing. But before you experience it, you need to understand it. And if you feel this romantic pressure, the pressure to be loved, desired, it is completely normal. But even at that feeling, we are going to make the right choice. That is what makes us stand out. So today's video is basically to assure you that it is okay to be experiencing what you're experiencing. It is okay to grow at your own pace. We have finally come to the end of this video. Mind you, I'm sure I did not mention all of the related problems that teenagers face, which is why I would need you and I'd appreciate that you drop this problem so that it could be something we would address in the nearest future. So make good use of the comment section and express all of the problems that you feel like we should talk about. And it's with my great pleasure that I will do that as always. Alright then, see you in my next video. Do not forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and share this to your family and friends that you know would benefit from it. And until my next video, keep growing.